What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Friday Night Fight Talk. I don't know why I kind of sound like Bryce Mitchell there. You know, putting on southern accent. You barking up the wrong tree, motherfucker. Drop the mic. Yeah. Welcome back. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing good. I don't know why I'm talking like you can hear me, but, I hope you just replied to your phone or whatever you're listening this to. Maybe you're listening to it on the bus and you're just like, good. And everyone looks at you and is like, what? Yeah, anyways. So, UFC Mexico is this weekend. Moreno versus Erceg. Not a lot of ranked fighters on the card, but it's one of those cards. Now, obviously, like most hardcore fans can appreciate anything that's not an Apex card, I would say, is like we can appreciate. But there are some cards that have like two ranked fighters on it that you just can't appreciate. Like 312, UFC 312, that was awful, man. Like, that was awful. But a card like this, man, there's so many great unranked fighters on this card. And I don't know if anyone watches baseball at all. I'm not the hugest baseball fan, don't get me wrong. Mainly because my entire lifetime, my favorite team's been shit. It's also what my nickname's after. That's why I'm nicknamed Jay. It's after the baseball team. It's after my Xbox username that is named Jace 2006. That's what my username is. That's what my nickname is. That's what like everyone calls me, man. It's weird. But man, our team sucks. We got fucked by the Orioles yesterday, and we're probably going to again today. My parents are going to the game. I'm gonna see if I can get either. I don't know if I should get a Guerrero jersey or a Santander jersey. I like Santander more, but they're probably both gone after a year. Anyways, I'm getting off track. I'm rambling off about another sport. Twins are pretty good too. I like the Twins. I like Minnesota for some reason. Don't ask me why. All right, so let's get into this fight night. I actually think it's I don't know what they do with the Mexico cards. I feel like they were always a little shorter. Just me though. Just something I noticed. So, first fight, we got Marco Medeiros versus Austin Hubbard. This Marco Medeiros guy, I think he won his last fight, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he's got one fight. He hasn't fought in it's been a while. I think it's been like a year. And then Austin Hubbard, he can't keep a consistent win streak. He's like a win one, lose one type of guy. Maybe lose two. But what do I think here? Well, Medeiros looked good in his one fight, and Hubbard can't keep a consistent streak. So I'm going to pick Marco Medeiros by decision. I'm just going to say by decision. His last fight went to a decision. I think the same thing will happen here, although Austin Hubbard, don't get me wrong, that guy has potential to get subbed. I don't know if we've actually seen him get KO'd. It's been a while. And I don't think this guy's going to be the first to KO him. He can get subbed, but Medeiros, I don't think he's known for his grappling. So I'm just going to say Medeiros wins a decision. A striking decision, fairly competitive. All right, next up, featherweight. We got Jamal Emmers versus Gabriel Miranda. Gabriel Miranda, you might know him. He's the guy with the two hands tattooed onto his tits. And then the really, really cool mustache. The actual, prim and proper handlebar mustache. Sorry, my mic has been really finicky lately. So he's quite the grappler. He's a really big grappler. We don't see much out of the striking from him. He's fought people like Morgan Charrier, Benoit Saint-Denis. But he's a good grappler. Out of his 17 wins, 16 of them are by submission. And out of 15 of those 16, they're in the first round. Like, pretty fucking good. So, will Moreno submit Emmers? As much as we could see an upset here, I'm not certain. Don't get me wrong. Emmers is, yet again, a win one, lose one type of guy. I think... Who did he fight last? Nate Landwehr? Nate the Train? Nate the Train was like a train into his ass, like completely demolished him. I think he got KO'd in the first round. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not confident in him. I'm going Gabriel Miranda to win by submission. I'm going to say second round submission for Gabriel Miranda. Dead ass. Actually, fuck it. I'm upping my pick. I'm going first round submission for Gabriel Miranda. I'm upping my pick. That actually could be a good underdog pick. All right. Next up, lightweight. We got one of the oldest. I don't want to say one of, but I think he is the oldest. We got Rafa Garcia versus Vink Pitchell. I don't know if it's Vince, but I don't know who spells Vince with no E. I've always just called him Vink, because why not? Rafa Garcia had that fight against Grant Dawson not that long ago. Everyone was like, no, Grant Dawson's not going to win. He's washed. I don't know what the fuck people are thinking. Before that, he had a win over Clay Guida, which is, like decent. Clay Guida's not in the UFC anymore, but it doesn't really matter. So, good grappling. Everyone does grappling. And we got Vink Pitchell. Old-ass man. I want to say he lost. He lost his last fight, I think. I forget when it was. He actually might be on a little bit of a losing streak. I want to say it was 302. I could be wrong. I probably am. But he's not bad especially for his age. But I'm gonna say Rafa Garcia wins a decision. Don't get me wrong. He's got every potential to probably finish Pitchell. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that it'll just be a decision. Actually, now that I think of it, have we even seen Pitchell get KO'd ever? Even way back when? Man, I don't know. I think maybe one fight. I think one. But yeah, I'm going to say Rafa Garcia wins a decision. Yeah. Okay, next up. Y'all already know who I'm fucking picking here. We got Lupe Godinez versus Julia Pilastri. Now, at first glance, you might be like, Jay, what the fuck are you on? How is this obvious? How is this obvious? I want you to go look up what city Lupe Godinez fights out of, and that'll explain my pick. So I'm going to go Lupe Godinez by round one submission. I'm going to say that right now. Okay? Does that work for everyone? Okay. All right. So yeah, that's my pick. You can look that up if you want to see the explanation behind it. I think a few of you might get a crack out of it. Okay, next up, quick turnaround for Miquel Costa. But we got Christian Rodriguez versus Miquel Costa, who just fought on UFC Seattle. Like, I want to say that was like a month ago. Like, not even. But yeah. So Christian Rodriguez, I think he's coming off a win. He should be. But then before that, he had a loss to Julian Erosa. He's notorious for beating Raul Rosas Jr. Everyone looks at him as the one guy who handed Raul Rosas Jr. a loss because they tried to push him too early into the rankings. And then we have Miquel Costa over here. And I won't lie, like, the guy is looking good. Am I an idiot? Tell me I'm not an idiot. I'm going to go to UFC Seattle. There's no way there's two people with the same skin condition in the UFC. No fucking chance. They have the same tattoo and shit, too. There's no way. Okay, I ain't tripping. They just ain't updated his stats. It was like, what the fuck? So I haven't updated his stats, but he had his last win over Andre Philly. That fucking confused me. Holy shit. Man, that really confused me. But yeah, I'm actually gonna say I'm gonna pick Mikhail Costa to win a decision. Honestly, we could see a submission, which is weird. For this card, I've been saying a lot of submission stuff like that, which is something I don't say often. I don't say that often. I rarely ever pick submission, and right now I have 2 picked already. But I will say I think Mikhail Costa will likely get a decision. Could we see a finish? Yeah, we could. Okay. Next up, middleweight, we got Jose Daniel Medina versus Atiba Gatier. I don't know my voice there, right? Medina, I think he's got 1 fight. Fuck, I forget. Zachary Reese. Fuck it, I'm looking at it. Boom, got it. My memory's through the roof. Man, if you're getting fucking beaten by Zachary Reese in the modern day, that's rough. Atiba Gatier, I think he's coming off the Contender Series. These Contender Series got, holy fuck, I'm looking at his stats right now. Significant strikes by target. We have 41 head strikes compared to 7 body strikes and no leg strikes with a 91% takedown defense with a 9-minute average fight time. Give me this man by round 2 KO. He's on a 5-fight win streak. He's on a 5-fight win streak. He has 1 loss. I don't care. Give me this man by round 1 KO. Or sorry, round 2 KO. Round 2 KO. My bad. Yeah, give me Atiba Gatier by round 2 TKO. I sounded normally, right? All right. Next up, prelim headliner, we got Edgar Chairez. Is it Chair? Versus CJ Vergara. I want to say Chairez is the guy. Yeah, he fought Joshua Van on UFC 306. The Sphere. Was Van in on short notice on that one? I think he was. But yeah. He's all right. It's pretty common to lose a Joshua Van considering that guy's fucking crazy. I mean that in a good way. In fight terms, crazy is normally a good thing. We got CJ Vergara. I think he lost to Temirov. Temirov's ranked now. It's not awful, especially since before that, his last fight before that, I think was Almabayev. Look at who he's fought, and then he's fought Tyra too. That's actually a fucked streak. But yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the underdog here. I'm gonna pick ZJ Vergara by decision. I'm gonna hope I don't get eliminated in my own tournament in the first round again, or not again. I haven't done that yet, and I guess it's not my turn. I guess it's Immortals, but this is a risky pick. This is definitely a risky pick. This I'm not 100% sure about chairs. Sorry, I'm drinking this. I got some new juice, so now that's what I've been drinking. Because whenever I run low on juice, I just start to fucking panic. So I order more. So I ordered this lime shit, and right now I'm drinking blueberry lemonade. I call it BBL. That does not mean I. Oh wait, no, it's BBWs that are the bad one. Never mind. BBL. What's that Brazilian boat? Oh yeah, hang on, that's not that bad. All right. Then we got opening up the main card. We got flyweight Ronaldo Rodriguez. He fought on the Sphere versus Kevin Borjas. I don't know. Rodriguez missed weight today. I saw. Sorry, this stuff is actually just so good. Yeah, Rodriguez missed weight. I think by a pound today. So it's going to be a catch weight. Forfeit the purse. Blah 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 blah. All in all, he looked pretty good on that card. I forget. Did he fight Ode Osborne? Yeah. Ode Osborne's kind of a fucking can. So, honestly, it's not great, especially since it was a close fight, too. I am going to pick him by decision, though. I will pick Ronaldo Rodriguez to win a decision. Okay, next up, we got bantamweight. We got David Martinez. Wait. All right, this sounds really fucking weird. If anyone's seen Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix, I think, isn't that the name of the main character? Here, like, am I not wrong? I gotta look this shit up, because that might have some sway as to if I pick this man or not, just for shits and giggles. David Martinez. Oh, yep. That's what I thought. Spelt the same and everything. Wow. All right, so we got Cyberpunk, Mr. Sandevistan over here, versus Simon Oliveira. I could give two fucks about Simon Oliveira here. David Martinez is 1-0. Hang on. I gotta look at this man's record now. Oh no, he's 11-1. What the fuck are the stats talking about? Yeah, this is his debut. David Martinez, if we're talking Cyberpunk, that man would maul just about anyone. This is fucking Sandevistan Cyber Psycho bullshit. But I'm just gonna pick him by round 1 KO. Fuck it. Just for the memes there. Yeah. Did anyone see because I'm assuming everyone listening to this is still on Verdict. Did anyone see the BJ Penlover's autism tier list? And he made a sexuality tier list today, and I'm at the fucking top. Why am I at the top? It's funny. Just I don't get why I'm in fucking fruity tier. But I was surprised, okay, because listening to this now, I think I sound pretty autistic. And if y'all knew me in the gym, I'm pretty autistic. I actually just practiced BJJ strikes on the bag the other day. I want to preface that. All my friends walk over and they're like, dude, this guy's like the TISM final boss. It kind of sounded like Sean Strickland. They're like, dude, this guy's the TISM final boss. Like, like I was just practicing BJJ strikes on the bag. I don't even train BJJ that much. Like, I swear I'm the autism king. Now, I won't lie. Like, there's a few people on Verdict that, don't get me wrong, like, probably fit in that god tier of autism, but not saying I'm not in there, and no offense to anyone in that. It's just for jokes anyways, because everyone on Verdict's amazing. But yeah, the homosexuality tier list. That's funny. All right. Okay, let me move on here. We got Raul Rosas Jr., Meat Chihuihuis over here, versus Vince Morales. This one's pretty obvious to me. I'm going to go with Meat by decision. I actually, like, most people could probably say he'll submit, most people. I just think he'll win a decision, man. You know, I can't remember the last time Morales has been, like, finished at all. Maybe, let me pull this out of my ass, Chris Gutierrez, I want to say. But that was also KO. I'm just going to say Raul Rosas Jr. wins a decision. He's young. Do I ever think he'll be a champion? No. I can't believe people are high on this guy to become a fucking triple champion. I don't think he'll ever touch that fucking belt. Maybe he actually, you know, I won't even say maybe. He'll probably break into the rankings. And it's not like I don't like the guy. I don't know why I'm complaining about him. I don't know why I always do every time. I feel like people are always too high on this guy when he's just good. He's just good, maybe great. He's not the fucking GOAT already, guys. All right, listen, he's 20. Okay, he's 20. Shut your mouth, you fool, you. I'm sorry. All right, featured bout. This one I'm really excited for, but I do not understand the betting odds. If you know me, this is probably coming up on my crack parlay tomorrow. I still got to cook that thing up. We got Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. Kelvin Meatball Gastelum. He's coming off a win over Daniel Rodriguez. It was supposed to be at welterweight. It got moved to middleweight because he's too fucking fat. And I lost before that to Sean Brady. And he beat Chris Curtis. Yeah. Now, I don't think Kelvin Gastelum's that washed. But I also don't think Joe Pyfer is a fucking can, like a lot of people think he is. Like, listen, the guy lost to Jack Hermanson, okay? Like, let's not act like Jack Hermanson isn't fucking good. Okay, he's good. But Joe Pyfer is out here fucking KOing and submitting everyone. CG, like, he obviously his 2 UFC losses are to Jack Hermanson and Marc-Andre Barriault. You might see like some fake clips online of him KOing Marc-Andre Barriault. It's a complete lie. It's false. Like brutally too. I actually think it was the other way around. So it's weird for him to be getting a step up like this. But I won't lie. Like, listen, I don't think he'll KO Kelvin. Kelvin hasn't been KO'd. The closest to ever do it was Izzy. And I don't think he's going to get KO'd. Will his belly jiggle a lot in the fight? Yes. But he'll be fine. He won't get KO'd. Even though he's up against one of the pound-for-pound hardest hitters, in my opinion. And that's an underrated opinion for me. I think Joe Pyfer hits like a fucking truck. And I know it didn't look like that in the Hermanson fight. Just believe me, okay? The guy probably hits like a fucking truck. I want to see this guy in a power cube. I'm going to pick Joe Pyfer by decision. Now, the betting odds, if you don't know the betting odds, they've gone up more. Joe Pyfer's a minus 550 favorite. That's the biggest betting favorite on the card. And Kelvin Gastelum's a plus 410 underdog, which is fucking crazy. Like, man, that's wild. But yeah. Closest to ever KO Gastelum was Prime Izzy. I don't think that's going to happen today, even though Joe Pyfer hits like a fucking truck. Co-main. I like this fight too. We got a slight favorite, Drew Dober versus Manuel Torres. Drew Dober was just in the rankings. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying just. Like a year ago, he was in the rankings. I think he got bumped out after he lost to Moicano, I want to say. And then he lost to Gene Silva after that. But I swear this guy's chin gets sharper every time. Now, my thing about Drew Dober, and also Manuel Torres missed weight. My thing about Drew Dober is there's a way to pick him. There's a fucking way to pick him, and I don't know if I can blatantly say it, and I feel like it's kind of implied. Most of you probably know it by now. But it's based off the certain amount of a certain chemical that a certain opponent has in their skin. And that certain chemical might be called melanin. So I'll give you an example of who he's beat and who he's lost to, okay? Lost to Moicano. Lost to Gene Silva, okay? Lost to Matt Frivola, right? Murdered Bobby Green. Murdered Terrence McKinney. I'll count Alves, even though he's... Oh, that might have given it away. Okay? Well, that's my giveaway there. That's my giveaway there, all right? So if looking at Manuel Torres, I wouldn't specifically say he has this chemical. But I'm still confident in Drew Dober. So I really just went off this whole racist tangent. Oh, shit. And I'm still going to pick Drew Dober? You're damn right. I'm picking the Platinum Chin Drew Dober by decision. Manuel Torres, don't get me wrong, he looks really good. But Drew Dober just sits out of the rankings. And, I get it. His last loss as well was to Ignacio Bahamondes. This guy got fucking KO'd in round 1, dude. I get that Bahamondes is ranked now, but he also beat Jalen Turner getting the ranking, so let's take that with a grain of salt. But I'm probably going to pick Drew Dober here. Or I think Drew Dober's probably going to win here. Not probably going to pick. I'm quite confident in Drew Dober. And now, main event. I swear they got Steve Erceg out here. Ever since the Pantoja fight, they've had him fighting fucking Goku every fight. Okay? We got Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. All right? Now, both these guys are very good skill-wise. They're both very good. But the thing for me that's iffy is Brandon Moreno's coming off a very good win over Amir Albazi. Okay, a spectacular win in a spectacular country. And Steve Erceg is coming off that loss to Kai Kara-France. And if you know what happened in that Kai Kara-France fight, oh Lord, it was bad. Now, I do think Steve Erceg is really good. I think he's a very good fighter. And I would definitely pick him against someone like Manel Kape. But right now, it's tough to pick him right now because of that Kai Kara-France fight. Because I was confident, man. Don't get me wrong, I like Kara-France, but I was like, man, Steve Erceg's gonna wipe the floor with this dude. And it was the other way around. Like I would pick Steve Erceg against like Alex Perez, Manel Kape, maybe Tyra, Amir Albazi. Fights where he doesn't really have a risk of getting KO'd. Obviously, I'm saying that about Manel Kape, and he's KO'd his last two opponents. But Sumo Mabayev and fucking Bruno Silva aren't the cream of the crop there. Oh man, this is such a hard fight to predict. Overall, I will say there's a risk for Moreno to KO him, but I will pick Moreno by a decision. And I hate to say that because I really do like Michael Scott. I like The Office. Okay. But I just think Jordi El Nino's got the odds here. He's got the upper hand. Why was there? Oh, McLovin is the other celebrity I compare Brandon Moreno to. It's either Jordi El Nino or McLovin. If you know Jordi El Nino, I dare you to look him up. I don't know if I should say do or don't do this in front of your whole family. Take it as a discretion. Don't do or don't do it in front of your whole family. Okay, one might ruin your entire family's life or their view of you, and the other will just, I don't know. It depends on the type of person. Maybe you'll have a good time. Just if you're by yourself. But I'm not going to lie. I think Brandon Moreno looks like fucking McLovin. If anyone's seen Superbad, I hope y'all have seen Superbad. It's an excellent Canadian film, if you didn't know that. Because the whole thing's about Seth Rogen, and Seth Rogen's from Canada. And it was shot in Canada. When I was in British Columbia, visiting my family, that's on the west coast of Canada, by the way, I was wearing my super awesome Superbad shirt. And they were like, oh my God, you know that movie was shot around here, right? I don't know how the fuck they knew that I wasn't from around there. Maybe because I didn't have a weird accent, or maybe just because I wasn't weird in general. Because I won't lie, people on the west coast of Canada are pretty fucking weird. I was like, oh no, really? It was filmed? Yeah, the school's like right over there. And I guess, yeah, a lot of movies like to get filmed in Canada, but Superbad was one of them. But yeah, I guess that's really it. Sorry, I had to take my sip. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of games lately. I've been fucking bored. This one, Helldivers, is fun as hell. Literally, all you do, if anyone's played Halo, like an ODST, like Halo ODST, if anything, just that game, you drop in a fucking hell pod, or drop pod, you dive down and you kill shit for like an hour, and then you extract, and then you do it all over again. It's fun. There's a lot of explosions. And I try to play MLB The Show, but I fucking suck. I suck so much ass. I'm a decent pitcher, but when I get on a bad streak, I get on a fucking bad streak. So one time, this happened last night, man. This was bad. We were playing as the Twins, okay? We were playing the Rangers. And it was 2-1. So we were down by 1 point, okay? I pitched and we got mercy ruled in that inning. I'll just say that. Oh, it was so bad. Anyways, less about me. Coming up soon, we got Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. That's a pretty shitty fight night, I'm not going to lie. Only names I really recognize on it are, obviously, you got Josh Emmett, Lerone Murphy. You got Pat Sabatini versus Joe Anderson Brito. That's a good fight. Hopefully, don't rob Brito again. And then we got Kennedy Nishikwu versus... Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups now. Oh, fuck. Versus Martin Bidet. So one ranked win in heavyweight is good enough to get a ranked opponent, which, to be fair, half of the heavyweight division is ranked. I actually think it's a little less now, considering they cut a few people. Brad Tavares versus Gerald Mearshart. Torres Finney versus Robert Valentin. You know what? The more I look at this isn't awful. There's names that I can recognize as a fan. Just as in the Apex, and I hate fights in the Apex. But the week after that, Volk's getting the belt back. My fucking favorite fighter ever is going to get the belt back. I shouldn't say that. I was going to say, I wish he got to fight Alia. I really shouldn't say that. And Gene Silver versus Bryce Mitchell is going to be good. I like that a lot. Also, Michael Chandler, Patty Pimblett is kind of underrated. And it might be the first time that I actually pick Michael Chandler to win a fight. But Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are overlooking Bryce Mitchell, but I just really think Gene Silva is that good. I really think he's that good. And I think Bryce Mitchell, right now, he had a good win over Chrome Gracie, but I think he should just take some time off. Take some time off. I know he had to take the year-long layoff after the Josh Emmett fight. I would say take some time off, dude. That's just me. But yeah, the whole thing going on with him is kind of sad right now. But he'll get through it, I'm sure. Jeff Neal, Carlos Prates, that's always good. That is sure to end in a finish. But with someone who has Muay Thai tattooed on their chest, dude, I don't know. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. And Nikita Kralov and Dominic Reyes back down to the prelims. Now, I saw one thing that people said it makes sense for Yair and Pitbull to be on the prelims. So because apparently over in Mexico, it's hard to get the main card. It's really hard to find the main card. But the prelims are really easy to find. So they said to let the Mexican people watch the fight, that it should be on the prelims. But man, 314 is such a good card. So it's such a good card. I think we only have like 2 women's fights. And at least they're both ranked, but one of them's kind of ass. Hill Roundtree Jr. also looks amazing right now. But also, I can't wait to go to fucking Montreal for 315. Hopefully get to go to some bars. Yeah. It's going to be a good night. I think there's still one fight that has to be announced for it. I won't lie. I think it's BSD and Alvarez. But I'm not sure. And you know what? It makes sense considering it's in front of a French crowd. Like, it's French. As weird as it sounds to say, even though it's in Canada, it's the least favored part of Canada. We don't like that part of the country much. But it would be a good fight to see. I would like to see it. The more ranked fighters, the better. But I'm already getting a treat. I think it's a pretty good card. Just me personally, I think it's a very good card. I think it's underrated. Man, how long does a man have to ramble on for? You know, we might... we're almost at the 35-minute mark. We might cut that video short here. Hold on, I got to text one of my buds here. Yeah, just recording. Be on soon. Okay, all right. I'm wondering if I'm going to do anything tonight. I don't know. I'll think about it. Yeah, so that's about it. Sorry I rambled on for a solid 5 minutes. We didn't have any Q&A this week. If you want to prevent the ramblings, feel free to comment your questions. Verdict, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen. Also, last week I tried to get it on Verdict, and it wouldn't upload the video. It just wouldn't upload the video, which, to be fair, it's a 35-minute video. So I doubt they'd upload that. But anyways, guys, thank you once again for listening. See y'all next week for Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Peace.